family, I just want to do my review on the Netflix special, Founder. Let's go. What's going on, family? You guys are so amazing. Here on this channel, our mission is to empower the world to never give up, one conversation at a time, one interview at a time, one video at a time, to help you think on the next level. Today, I'm doing something out of the norm, out of my comfort. That is not even out of my comfort zone. It's in my comfort zone. I'm doing a Netflix special review. I'm doing a review on this movie right here, The Founder. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm going to say some things in this video that you may agree with, some things that you may not agree with, but do me a favor, watch the whole video. I promise you, you'll be able to grab some keys from this video that'll help you, because this is the reason why I wanted to do a review on this movie. I just finished watching it. It's like, what? It's 11:04. And I watched the movie, and it encouraged me because the video that the main character, if you ask me what the names are, I don't know, but I can tell you, I'm gonna tell you the gist of the movie. Not even the gist, I'm gonna tell you the whole concept of the movie that really stuck out to me, that really helped me on tonight. I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't gonna record no videos on tonight. That was not my plan. My plan was to make a few memes, make a flyer, and not even about this movie. I was just about to go to bed. I'm done, start my week off. Last week was a great week for me, but I got encouraged. I got motivation from this movie. I started watching this movie. I had to do something. I left, came back, hit the resume button, and listen, the movie was crazy. It was phenomenal. I encourage all entrepreneurs, all business owners, everybody that has a dream, everybody that has some type of drive to do something great in life, go watch it. I promise you, Netflix is not paying me nothing to do this review. I just want to do this review because somebody needs to watch it, and I believe that through movies you're encouraged, right? You can have an epiphany through a movie. I've had plenty of epiphanies through movies. All right, so let's get started. All right, so the whole gist of the movie is talking about, I believe it's based on a true story. It's based off of the founder of McDonald's that we know today. All right, so let's do a brief overview of the beginning. The beginning was, really talking about, breaking down a young man, a guy, not even a young man, he's 52 years old, and he was a milkshake salesman. He sold appliances, but the main appliance that he was selling was the milkshake machine. He could do 30, I believe it was 30 in a minute, or 30, something like that, 30 at a time. And what happened was he got his first order from McDonald's, and he never heard about the company. He was like, what company is this? And he got the order. He thought it was a mistake. And this is the first part of great information that I really want to talk about. He got his first order, not even his first order. It didn't mention that it was his first order of his career, but it was a big order because he had been taking this machine to various different restaurants, and everybody was like, nah, we cool on it. We good. Just go ahead and keep your machine. We don't need it, right? So he got a call. He called the secretary. The secretary said, I got an order for you. Somebody called and said they wanted 6 machines. So he was like, it gotta be a mistake. And that's the first piece of encouragement I want to talk to y'all about. Stop underestimating great opportunities, because so many people, now I get it, I understand, be skeptical, be watchful, right? Because my mom always said, if it's too good, if it sounds too good to be true, chances are it is too good to be true. It's not true, right? And most people say that if it was that easy, if it was that good, everybody would do it. But what I want to suggest to you, stop limiting yourself for great opportunities to hit you. Stop, this is the biggest thing. And this is the biggest thing I caught from that. When he got that phone call, he didn't believe at that moment that this order had to be a mistake. You must have mean that you wanted 1. And when he called, they was like, you know what, you're right, it was a mistake. He was like, yeah, I figured that it was a mistake. You didn't want 6 machines. They say, yo, give me 8. That's what we really need, 8. And in his mind, it begins to run. Like, what? 8? Yo, what's the address? And he began to get all the information. So moving along with the movie, it was an absolutely phenomenal movie. He started off as a milkshake machine salesman. I'm gonna say that because that was the only appliance for restaurants that he was selling. So he was selling that, and he went down there just to survey the land. He began to look at it and was like, what kind of business? Because there was no businesses doing that. Nobody was buying 2 machines, 3 machines. They're buying 8 machines. He was having a hard time selling 1 machine, right? So he went down there to survey the land. He began to notice, he's like, I love the operation that they have going on. This is he got there and the line was so long. This is McDonald's in its infancy stage. And he got there and the line was long, and he got to the front, to the counter, ordered his food. Hey, I want a cheeseburger, I want some fries and a cola, right? And he was like, cool, it's 15 cents. 35 cents. He paid the money, and less than 2 seconds. Here you go, here's your order. He said, no, I already ordered, but I'm waiting for my food. So right there, that's the second thing that really blessed me, because it was innovative. He's never seen something like this before. It blew his mind. He was like, my food I just ordered, because he's not used to seeing something like this in the context of where he was from. That's another thing. You need to be open-minded and understand that certain things will happen that you've never seen before. And when that in fact happens, don't become so in awe that you don't sit back and say, what can I do to change this, to make it better? How can I implement it on what I have going on? So what he did was, fast forward a little bit, he took the food, ate the food, because back in that time, and before he checked out, he said, hey, where's my plate? Where's my utensils? They was like, no, it's in the wrapper. All you do is take it out of the wrapper. This was before this is the first invention of fast food. Back then, they didn't have fast food. It wasn't a common thing like we have today. You go to Wendy's, you go to Taco Bell, you go to different fast food restaurants, and you get your food 10 minutes. Some of y'all get mad when you gotta wait 5 and 10 minutes in line to get your food. But then it was so taboo, it was so different. But watch this, this is the biggest thing. He saw value in it. Now, this is where it gets, now I'm gonna be honest with you. The movie was an absolutely phenomenal movie. It definitely encouraged me. All the parts of the movie I didn't agree with. I'm not gonna tell you the whole movie, because if I tell you the whole movie, then you maybe not wanna watch it. You really need to watch it. There's a great message in this movie. But I don't really agree. Now, I agree with the way that the movie was put together. It was put together phenomenally. It encouraged me. It gave me motivation. It gave me some pep in my step. It put some fire under my wood. But some of the things that the main character did, business-wise, I didn't agree with. I believe it was underhanded. It didn't show in the movie of karma. What goes around comes around. It didn't show that. So in the movie, what he did was he saw business. And this is the biggest thing. He saw business and he saw the potential. Do me a favor. Go to your mirror once this video is over. Go to your mirror in the bathroom or in your family, whatever it is, and look at yourself and really see the potential that you have. Really look at your potential and really study your potential. That's what he did. He saw the potential. He was like, why isn't this franchised? And this is what the owner said. We tried. It didn't work, right? And so many of you are like the owners of the original owners of McDonald's. You try something, it didn't work, so you stop. And you become complacent at a level where you are. Instead of saying, okay, it didn't work, let me go back to the drawing board and figure out what happened, draw plans back up differently, let's go attack it again in a different way, right? That's not what they did. What they did was they're like, okay, it didn't work, cool, we good. So here it is, some local small businessman, small-minded businessman at that, right? They had something, it was sitting on a jewel. Now, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit more in the movie. So what happened was he saw the potential and he was like, are you serious? I'm gonna tell you a brief story, a quick story. There was a shoe salesman that went to Africa, and his company said, listen, we need you to go sell some shoes. So he went to Africa, he got off the plane, it was hot, he's complaining. And I want to tell you this before I finish this story. It all depends on how you look at stuff, right? So he got off the plane, he looked around, he was like, this is crazy. So he called the company, he was like, hey, I need y'all to send me a plane ticket to come back home. They said, why? He said, nobody here wears shoes, right? They said, okay, cool, we'll give you a plane ticket. They got a plane ticket, sent him back home. So then they sent another sales rep out. And they got there, he landed, he was like, wow, it's beautiful being in the motherland. So he began to look around, he saw everybody walking barefooted. He hurried up and went to the hotel, unpacked, got his computer out, and emailed people in the purchase department. And he said, do me a favor. I need you to send me every single shoe you have in the warehouse. So his manager called, like, what are you talking about? Send you all the shoes that we have in the warehouse. He said, are you crazy? He said, nobody here wears shoes. I need you to send me everything you got. I'm selling everything. So that's what I really want to illuminate in this movie. Like, you need to really, once you see the potential, you need to tap at that potential, but you need to see the bigger picture as well. The original owners of McDonald's, they saw the small time picture. Like, the locals were loving it. They wanted to stay local. We didn't want to grow. But this guy, 52 years old, he was selling milkshake machines. It wasn't working, but he saw some potential. And what he did was he began to make it grow. Now, this is the biggest one. Watch this. He was a hustler. He was a hustler. I mean, he could make it happen. But what happened was, after he began to get a whole bunch of people to franchise the McDonald's, he was getting it in. Now, he was getting it in. He was getting people to franchise the McDonald's. But this is one thing that he didn't do. He didn't look at it from a business aspect, because he was allowing everybody to purchase their own land. They paid $12,000. About that time, that was big money back then. You know, of course, now $12,000 is not much, but they paid their $12,000, bam, they operated. But he wasn't looking at it from a business standpoint until he met this guy that was eavesdropping on his conversation in the bank. This guy's started like 16 franchises at this time, but he's about to lose his house. So he's like, how is it that you're franchising so many McDonald's and people are buying in and you're broke? It doesn't make sense. So this guy, he was telling him, listen, this is what you need to do. You need to start selling don't sell the land, lease the land. You buy the land, lease the land. So, certain things about the movie I didn't agree with. I did not agree with the movie. Now I'm talking about from a practical standpoint in real life. I'm not talking about movie-wise, phenomenal. Great message, great story. But I'm talking about far as reality. Business-wise, he undercut them guys. And I get it, I understand. They didn't want to grow. He saw the growth, he saw the money, they didn't want to grow. Make a long story short, at the end of the movie, he paid them $2.9 million or $2.7 million, and he bought them out. And they took the money, of course. And he said in the contract, the original contract was said, you give us the $2.9 million and also 1% royalties. So he said, listen, his lawyer spoke up, he said, listen, we'll give you the 2.9, but the royalties is going to have to be a handshake, not in the contract. And that's another thing. Listen, number one, understand what you're sitting on. Understand what you have in your hand. Because when you understand the value that you have in your hand, you won't sell it for cheap. $2.9 million? That's cheap. And at the end of the movie, it said that had they put the royalties in the contract, they would have been receiving $100 million a year. $100 million a year. So that's what happens when you really don't know the value of something that you have. You'll let it go for cheap. But listen, what do I know? I know a lot. Go check out some of my videos. Listen, do me a favor. Go watch the movie. And once you watch the movie, tell me what you think. Leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, holler back at your boy. This is an absolutely phenomenal movie that I promise you it'll get your gears running. It'll also make you think about some things. It'll also make you reevaluate some things that you do in life. I promise you, you're gonna love this movie. And Netflix is not even paying your boy. Matter of fact, y'all need to send them a DM and tell them to cut your boy off a check. Listen, you guys are so amazing. Every week we drop some videos, 3 to 4, 5, 6 sometimes videos every single week, just to inspire your hearts. Do me a favor, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the comment buttons, and leave a comment, hit the thumbs up button. I'm gone, I'm out of here. What am I talking about? Grace and peace.